Hey there, this is the Masked Gamer here with some more Marvel United Multiverse gameplay, playthroughs, blah, 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 blah. Today we're going to be doing Spider-Man 2099 versus Immortus. For those of you who are new to this channel, this is a safe space for COVID cautious folks to talk about the board gaming hobby. If you're not COVID cautious, you are certainly welcome to be here, provided there is no harassment, minimization, or denialism. With that all said, I am here by myself today, meaning I do not have to wear the mask. Ba-bum. But tomorrow I will have to wear the mask because I'll be playing Agamonia. All right, so to continue our faux pas narrative, um, all of taking out Maestro in Niflheim has managed to restore the integrity of the land, and it's now London, but on the opposite side of the globe, because sure, why not? Then this bad guy named Immortus, who I don't really know who he is. I don't remember him from comics. I know the name. I know I should know who he is, but I just don't. Decides to come destroy the universe, and Spider-Man 2099 gets nominated by the team to lead the fight against him since he was so useful in the previous battle against Maestro. Meanwhile, someone else went home. Who went home? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I think Ghost Rider and Spider-Man 2099 just swapped places, and Carter's still babysitting Shuri. I know, eventually I have to play as Shuri. It'll happen. All right, apparently there was no special equipment card for Spider-Man, so he's just taken a wimpy little communication device, and we've taken as our battle plan high mobility. When we play a supporting hero card, we can move our hero to the opposite location. Since he's Spider-Man, he should be able to travel well. Special rules for Immortus. Heroes cannot damage Immortus. What do you mean we can't damage Immortus? How do we win? When a hero is KO'd, Immortus does not activate his BAM. Instead, draw another Master Plan card and add it face down to the storyline. So he's going to try to time us out. When he BAMs, he will discard one henchman and one thug and one civilian from his location. For each token discarded this way, remove one token from the corresponding mission if it's not yet completed. As an overflow, we will draw a Master Plan card and add it face down to the storyline. We win if we complete all 3 heroic missions. Now, I did take a little spy at the threats, and this one over here, the Tachyon Field Generator, says, as long as this threat is in play, heroes can't place the last token on the corresponding mission and must discard it instead. So that is obviously our prime directive, is to get rid of that Tachyon Field Generator, but some of these little henchman villains are pretty nasty as well. And Immortus will always start with this first card, which we'll see what it is. Just like Spider-Man 2099 will always start with these spinnerets, which we haven't gotten to see before because you can't use starting hand things in the supporting team deck. And this one says, as long as this card is face up in the storyline, if there are no movement symbols on the bottom of the last 2 hero cards, you may perform 1 free movement on your turn. So I guess high mobility wasn't all that important then, Spidey, was it? Well, whoops-a-daisy, let's see what goes on here. Immortus' first card is Infinity Watch Assemble. He will immediately move 3 spaces to land on the hero space and discard all civilians and henchmen from that space, and then place 2 civilian on the space before and the space after, leading us to an already terrible position. Thanks, Immortus. All right, I guess we're going to have to rescue some civilians on our way to the Tachyon Field Generator. Ooh, I should have brought some higher star power. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Nothing I have has any star power, so that is great. Wow. Wow. That's terrible. I've got a whole bunch of fisties. I guess I'll beat up Star Fox and do 2 damage to him while I'm there. It seems to be the best option. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. This is gonna be tough. Anywho, second turn, I'm going to use Mighty Thor's teleportation already to move over to. I'm going to use one fist from Spider-Man's thing to finish off Star Fox over here. So that's good. And we're going to teleport over here and use that second star to knock out a thug. Okie dokes. We'll replace that with this. I don't have any tokens, so I should not do that. Those support cards are poopy, so we're going to go ahead and draw. And this seems to be a good time to pop down our spinnerets for later, which will let us move if there's no movement symbols of the two latest cards in the storyline. That should be useful for us for a later date. So I can use those two to put 2 stars here, and I can use my communication device to drop a 3rd star there. So we only need 1 more. Not the best of first turns, not the worst of first turns, but a lot of it's going to depend on what this nightmarish poopy head does to us. And now we only get to use that equipment once per game, not more than once, which also sucks. But Immortus' next card is a 3 movement bam. 1, 2, 3. On bam, we discard 1 of each kind of token from there. That's 1. And we'll remove that thug because that happened. Then a bunch of other bams happen. So this bam, each hero in this in both adjacent locations must cancel with a crisis token 1 symbol on the bottom of their latest card on the storyline. Oh no, that sucks. Annihilus will ignore 1 damage each hero turn. This one is bam. Do 2 damage to 1 hero in each adjacent location. Cool. So that's 2 damage to us there. Oh no. If a hero deals more than 1 damage to Captain Marvel during their turn, they'll take 1 damage. Yondu, each hero in this in both adjacent locations must discard 1 action token or take 1 damage. And finally, Silver Surfer will move clockwise to the next location with any heroes and no threat if possible, but it can't move. So it would deal 2 damage to 1 hero in his location, so he just stays there. All in all, a terrible, no good, very bad day. Where did I put that card? Oh, it's here. So we're also going to put 1 thug and 1 civilian in the space before Immortus and in the space after Immortus. This one is looking much, much, much tougher than our previous ones. So we're going to draw a card and play a card. I smartly kept a heroic action in my hand so that I can at least clear this nasty looking Tachyon field out of the way. I can cover with a crisis token a symbol on the bottom of the latest card in the hero's storyline to gain 1 wild token. I think that sounds like a great idea in this instance. So we're going to go ahead and do that and take a wild token. I forgot to put that back here. Okay, now. There's no movement on the bottom of my 2 things, which means I would get a free movement this turn. I have an action token. Yes, we are going to do this. We're going to play Ironheart's card. So first, I can discard an action token to do 2 damage against a single target in your adjacent location. Annihilus ignores its first damage each turn, so that's that. I'm going to use my free action to move over here and another punch to do a 2nd damage to Annihilus. Okay. The 2 Ghost Rider cards are not useful for me now, so I'm just gonna have to keep going through Spidey's deck. I really need to do 2 punches to take out Annihilus, and that's what I'm gonna do. I get 2 punches from this, knock out Annihilus. So that's a 3rd one of those, and we're gonna use that movement to go back here and cover. Oops, what was that? We're going to cover this movement on the bottom of here to take a wild token for the next turn. And that was everything we could do right now. So that was not fantastic. Immortus is going to move 4 spaces, bam, and do something else terrible. So first let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do a BAM, so we're going to discard this. This is going to do 2 damage to me because I'm adjacent, so I'm going to get knocked out, which actually might help me in the long run. Each hero swaps their earliest and latest face-up hero cards in the storyline. That's actually good for me, because that'll give me an extra fist. And then we're going to put 2 civilians before Immortus and 2 thugs after Immortus, which causes an overflow. And this is going to be added face down. I'm just looking at it because I want to see what these powers are. So what we didn't see is this stopping the heroes card, where we would add 1 thug to every location except for Immortus's. So that would have been pretty terrible. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty terrible anyway. So, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know clearing those threats is not ideal right now, so we don't want to kill another henchman just yet. Oh, I forgot to do this BAM. This BAM should have also moved here, but you know, it is what it is at this point. Okay. So we got to start getting some stuff done, essentially. And what is the best way to do that? I think the best way to do that is this. Gives us 3 fists, 1 heroic action. That's 1, 2, 3 fists. We get a free movement, so we're going to move over here and use a heroic action to rescue that civilian. That seems wise. I hope. These are still very not useful, which sucks. So I guess we're going to draw and play again. Ah, this is nice. Except, I think, yeah, we're going to play this way. So that's 2 more heroic actions, which is 2 more rescues there. We're going to move 1 space here and punch Silver Surfer, but it doesn't kill Silver Surfer. We're just punching Silver Surfer at this juncture, which is okay. Then we get 1 more action. Oh, I'm so scared to go through this deck so fast, but I feel like I really don't have much other option. Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, we're going to use this Ghost Rider card. So first we're going to use a heroic action to rescue the civilian. We're going to use a movement to move over to Captain Marvel's space. We're going to use this defeat 1 thug in your location in each adjacent location. We're going to use the fisticuff on this final thug here. Actually, we're going to use a fisticuff on Captain Marvel because we only want to do 1 damage. I keep forgetting that when I play a supporting hero, I can move to an opposite location, but it just hasn't made sense either, so we're going to stick with what we've got. All right, this next Mighty Thor is going to let us... Oh, it's going to give us some invincibility. That'll be very useful. But for now, Immortus is going to move 1 space. Going to BAM. There's nothing to remove from Immortus' space, which is good. Then this BAM can't move. This BAM would hit heroes in adjacent locations, but there isn't one. This one, I must discard an action token. That's all the BAMs. Then we're going to add a henchman to every location except for Immortus's location. We get an overflow here. Ouch. That was another one of those stopping the heroes. This. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to knock you down, Immortus. At least not yet. All right. So I have a free fisticuff. Oh, this is a nice card. We're going to play this. So we're going to do 2 fisticuffs to these 2 thugs. We're going to do 1 more fisticuff to Captain Marvel. We're going to move over here. Oh, I couldn't draw a card that turn. We're just going to ignore it and move on. Okay. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Ignore it and move on. Then in this space, we're going to use this double wild to rescue 2 civilians. And we get an extra movement, so we're going to move over here. And at the end of our turn, I can relocate one civilian from here to any other location. So we're going to go ahead and move that out of the way. And then I get one more action, which is going to be all heroes in your location cannot take any damage till the beginning of your next turn. We're going to go ahead and move over here and defeat one thug and rescue one civilian. So things are looking much better. Our timeline is also looking very crunched, so we're going to go ahead and sorry for knocking you down again, Immortus. Your cape is just too big is the problem here. Give us some more space. And yeah. Oh, you can't see Yondu. I swear everything keeps moving down. I think it's gravity. I think gravity is pulling the camera away or towards or something. It's definitely not doing what I want it to do. So we're just gonna do a little bit of that, and that is much better. Okay. So with that, we're gonna replace this. Mjolnir is gonna be important to clean this up. And here we go. 0 movement, bam. So we're gonna discard this and remove this. Silver Surfer is going to come over here and ban me for 2, knocking me down. Gosh darn it. And these 2 bans don't do anything. Each hero will swap their earliest and latest cards in the timeline. So I swap this with this, which actually doesn't affect anything, luckily. And then we're going to put 2 civilians behind and 2 thugs in front. I think I'm going to bring home a win on this. We'll see. Oh, I couldn't take any damage because I had Mighty Thor, so I didn't actually fall down. That was a dirty lie. Not that that's great for me, but anyway, we're gonna draw a card. See what happens. So we have a movement on our previous thing. Yeah. We're gonna play this, which lets us reveal the top card of the master play deck, which is gonna be Space Phantoms. It's gonna move 2 spaces, and until the next villain turn, heroes starting their turn in a location with any thugs must play their turn randomly. So he's gonna end up here and put thugs here. So I want to make sure I'm not in a space with thugs the next turn. That should be handleable. Okay, I get a movement and a star action. I'm going to move one what's it called? It civilian to here. Then on my next turn, I'm going to shoot. Destroying that one doesn't help me. Ooh. I don't want to end that. It's part of the problem here. You got 3. You got. Yeah, we're gonna use Mjolnir. And we're gonna move over here, do 3 damage to Silver Surfer. And I have a heroic action. Now the thing is, if I use that heroic action, he'll move, but I also know that's not going to do anything terrible to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use that Spider-Man heroic action to complete the civilian. So that's done. And now he's under pressure. So he's going to play this card immediately and move 2 spaces to here, put a villain behind, a civilian on, and a villain behind. Oh, I didn't actually show that. It's this. Oh, space objectives. And if I start my turn on a location with a thug, I must play my cards randomly. And that's okay, because I'm not on a location with a thug. I'm cleaning up thugs. Draw a card, play a card. Things are very tight time-wise here. My previous card is just a movement. Need to get there. Yes. I'm going to use this wild to be a punch and knock. Nope, that doesn't make sense because Silver Surfer doesn't give me a threat. I need to do that elsewhere. we're going to go ahead and move and punch. But that's a double move, right? So we're going to move here, punch this thug on the way, and then move here. And then for my second action, I'm going to use this defeat all henchmen in your location card. I'm going to move over here, defeat all henchmen in Muspelheim, which gets rid of our defeat thugs. And then we just have to clear one more threat. I still have one movement and one punch, so we have one punch against Captain Marvel. Now we're just going to slide all these down here. The villain's going to go is the problem, potentially. Okay. So the villain's got a 0 movement ban, so we're going to remove both of these, but those tasks were already completed, so it doesn't actually hurt us that much. And then each hero takes all of their face-up cards from the timeline, shuffles them, and places them on the bottom of their deck. Okay, well, thanks, Immortus, for giving me all this life back when I was worried about running out of turns. So that was actually really good. He practically saved us. We're putting 2 thugs behind us, 2 thugs in front of us. We would have had to discard an action or take 1 damage, so we'll have discarded that, holding this 1 card in our hand. And all we're going to need to do is just pull out a punch, and we're going to win. And Immortus kind of just messed with the timeline and gave us a clear path to victory. I'm going to draw a card, of course. It looks dim because that's a movement card, but I've got a wild. I knock out Captain Marvel. I clear the threats. 22 minutes, longer than last time, but here we go. Boom! Immortus goes down. Dun, dun, dun. So we have 1 more villain left to play in this core box, which is Emperor Doom, not Doctor Doom, but Emperor Doom. And so we'll be back with that in the future. But for now, I just want to remind everyone to like, to subscribe, to keep those health bars full. Thank you and have a great night. I'm going to go set up for Agamonia.